everyone, it's Michelle Caruana, owner of Climbing Vines Cafe and Play and creator of Play Cafe Academy. And just like last week, I want to do something a little bit different, and this time I am going to answer frequently asked questions about our birthday party packages. So I have our list of frequently asked questions, so I'm going to do my best to read from them for you, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please subscribe. I put out a new video every single week. All right, so these are the questions that I not only send proactively to birthday party clients, so anytime somebody books a party, I send over these frequently asked questions, but we also make them available for people that want to book in the facility. So again, we want to make it as easy as possible for people to book, and we want to make it a no-brainer decision. So that is why I created this document, and whether you are a customer of Climbing Vines or whether you are a prospective indoor playground owner or whether you already own an indoor playground business, I really hope you find this helpful. All right, so number one, can I change my package choice as the party gets closer? So because we take most bookings online, this is definitely our most frequently asked question. So the answer is absolutely yes. So we send out a party questionnaire, a very detailed questionnaire, 10 days before every single event. And at that time, up until really 5 days before each event, all of the details can change, including the package choice. So a lot of times if people are booking 3, 4, 5, 6 months in advance, they're not quite sure yet how many people are going to come. They're not sure what kind of food they will need. So they want to make sure that any of the choices that they make at the time of booking is able to be flexible. And the answer is absolutely yes. So what I tell people is when you put down a deposit and reserve a date, the only thing that you're really doing is reserving the day and time. Anything else can absolutely be changed up until 5 days before each event. And again, we communicate that about 10 days before the party, but I send this document before every single party right when they book. All right, frequently asked question number 2, and this was recently added because I get asked this a lot, but a lot of the people who book at our facility have never been here before. So a lot of people are working parents. They can't necessarily play during open play hours, but they really want to have a private birthday party and they're interested in our party offerings. So again, they haven't been here, but they're interested in our services. So this is a question that we get all the time. So the question is, do you have high chairs and booster seats for use? And this is mostly for parents of children that are turning 1, so they want to know basically if they can do a cake smash or if they need to bring in a high chair from home. And my answer is that we have about 6 high chairs for use, and they have trays, so they are able to not only do a cake smash for their child, but we're also able to accommodate up to 5 additional children that need high chairs per party. So if they need any more than 6, then yes, we do ask them to provide them, but usually 6 is definitely enough. We haven't really had the occasion to use more than 6 high chairs at any one given time. So yes, we do provide high chairs, and they do have trays for cake smashes. The next question is, we have a large party. How should we structure food serving? And this is another very frequently asked question. And what I say to this one is, because of the age group and because of our party time slots, we usually recommend that people have the food out and available as people arrive. So when people walk in, all of the food is already out and is already available. And the reason we do it this way is that typically what happens is the children go right in and play, and while the children are playing, the adults actually have time to eat, and they can eat with 2 hands, they can sit down, they can have an adult conversation while they eat, and they can actually enjoy their meal while the children play. And then because of the different age range of children we accommodate, especially with family parties, there could be 6-month-olds all the way through 12, 13-year-olds. They all get hungry at different times. So typically the adults eat first while the children go in and play. And then as the children get hungry and decide they want to eat, they come out and their parents help them with food. So unlike most party facilities, we don't force a dinner time or a meal time. We just kind of let parents graze and allow their children to let them know when they're hungry. And we've tried all different settings. We've tried a structured food time. We've tried everything under the sun, and this definitely happens to be the best for us, especially because, again, when you have large parties, we only have about 30 to 35 seats available at any one time. So if somebody has a party of 60 or more, not everyone is going to be able to sit at one time. So that's why we do not do structured food serving. We allow people to graze, and not only does that make the guests as happy as possible, but it does allow everybody to have a seat while they're eating. All right, so the next question is, can we bring our own food and dessert? And the answer is yes. So again, we are not a nut-free facility, but we do ask people to not bring any nut products in. But one of the reasons that people book our facility over other facilities is that we do allow people to bring in their own food. So that includes store-bought food, and it does include homemade food as well. So we let people bring in crock pots, we let people bring in pans of food, we let people bring in dips, cut up vegetables, fruit, all of that good stuff. And again, we just make sure as a business that our liability is covered in our party contract, so that everything that guests bring in from the outside is under their contract and they are responsible for it. So if anyone gets sick or anything like that, we are covered and they are responsible. So that is the one caveat I will say, is we do allow outside food. It doesn't have to be store-bought, but you do assume the liability as the party host. All right, so the next question feeding into that is, can we bring alcohol? And my answer is yes, but we really ask people to be responsible. So we do very closely monitor usage and make sure that people aren't over abusing alcohol or over serving themselves while on our premises. So because we do not serve the alcohol, guests have to serve themselves. We do not touch any alcohol. Anything that's brought in from the outside, we do not touch, we do not serve, just to make sure that as a business, nothing comes back on us. But we do monitor it, and we haven't had a problem yet with alcohol in 4 years, but we do ask that guests be responsible, and usually guests are very respectful of that, especially when they know that they are responsible for any guests that overserve. All right, so the next question is, are there restrictions on types of decorations we can bring? And typically my answer is no. The only restriction that we really have, we allow balloons, we allow decorations, we allow centerpieces, we even allow confetti. The only restriction that we have is that we don't allow piñatas because we have very, very high ceilings. And if you looked at the pictures on our website, you would know that we actually pretty much can't hang anything from our ceiling because it is so high. And we also don't want anybody swinging bats. So we do not allow piñatas, but we do allow all other decorations with the exception of anything that has to be taped onto the wall. So we do not allow tape on painted surfaces. However, we do allow paint on any of our doors, any of our windows, any of our counters, anything like that. So people do frequently hang banners and things like that on our windowsills. We just don't allow them on painted surfaces because, again, that will take the paint away and will damage our facility. And we do have a clause in our contract that protects us against any damage from decorations. But those are really the only two restrictions that we have. All right, the next question is, when do I pay my balance? So this is a very frequently asked question again, and we have people pay a deposit at the time of booking, and a lot of indoor playgrounds will take the remainder of the balance a couple days before the party. However, we typically take the balance at the time of the party, and that's because a lot of times when guests are in our facility, they will realize that they need extra socks, or they'll realize that they need extra coffee or extra food or anything like that. And taking the payment at the time of the party allows us to be flexible in that way, so that we make sure that we can add things and be really agile and serve our customers as best as we can. So we don't take payment until the end of the party, and that also allows people to add a tip if appropriate. So tips are never expected but always appreciated for excellent service. And again, by taking the payment at the end of the party, our party hosts are able to kind of fully understand how the hosts were and make sure that they are tipping when appropriate or not tipping if something went wrong, which we're always sure to follow up on. But again, that's why we take the final payment at the end of the party. The next question is, when can I arrive to set up? And we allow people to arrive 30 minutes prior to setup, and a lot of people actually get nervous about this. A lot of people think that they need more time, but what they don't realize is that when they walk into our facility, all of the tables are already set up, all of the food is typically already set up. All they need to do is decorate the tables, put their tablescape together, and again, what they don't realize is that they also have two party assistants that are 100% dedicated to decorating for them. So not only do we have two party assistants, but we also have the host and whoever they bring to decorate. And a way we kind of help put people at ease if they're nervous about a 30-minute setup time is we do allow people to drop off decorations ahead of time. So if they're nervous, we do allow people to drop off decorations, and we can start on any of those decorations. We can start hanging banners, or we can start putting balloons together, or we can start putting table covers together before they arrive. So that usually helps put people at ease. But typically 30 minutes with 2 assistants and whoever the host brings is more than enough time to make the party very spectacular. So I try to put people's minds at ease there. All right, the next question is, will I have to worry about other parties or customers in the facility during my event? And our answer is no, we only do private parties. So you do not have to worry about how busy we are during open play. You don't have to worry about competing parties. Our facility is yours as the host to operate as you see fit. So again, you don't have to worry about anybody else. It's just your guests and you. So people usually really appreciate that. And it does allow us to charge a little bit more because, again, we completely close down for open play, which people really appreciate, and which allows us to host larger parties as well. All right, so the next question is, will the Coffee Espresso Bar be open during my party? And the answer is always yes. So all of our party hosts are also trained baristas. So whether or not they choose to include unlimited coffee or tea, we do always include the coffee bar as open. So the one caveat is that if you do not choose unlimited coffee and tea, is if guests do want coffee or tea, they'll just be charged our normal menu prices, which honestly guests expect to pay if they come up and order during a party. So we haven't had any pushback on that yet. But again, a lot of times, about 50% of the time, people will choose to add unlimited coffee and tea because we are also a cafe. But again, even if they don't choose to order unlimited coffee and tea, we do have trained baristas and our entire cafe open every single party. All right, the next question is, can I drop my decorations for you to set up before my party? And as I already mentioned, the answer is yes, and that really helps put people's minds at ease. And it really helps people feel comfortable that we are their party destination. So they are the only party that we're doing during that time slot. They are our 100% focus, and they are the only event that we care about at that time. So again, that allows us to charge a little bit of a premium price, and it really allows us to deliver a premium custom experience every single time. So one of the things that I love most about our facility is we have a couple common themes. So for example, dinosaurs is a very common theme. So we do probably like almost a dinosaur party every single weekend. However, what I love about our facility is that every single party, even though it's the same theme, is completely unique. So we might have different balloons, we might have different favors, we might have different table covers, we might have a character come. So even if a guest comes to 2 different dinosaur parties at Climbing Vines, they are in no way the same. They are completely unique, which people really appreciate and which makes our job so enjoyable as party hosts. So I hope that was really helpful for you, and don't forget to download my free ebook all about owning an indoor playground. I will link it at the bottom of this video, but if you are interested in booking a birthday party at Climbing Vines, just go to climbingvinescafe.com/parties. And if you are a prospective indoor playground owner, or if you are a current owner, you can also feel free to check out that page for inspiration or tips as well. Have a great day. I hope you subscribe to my channel and you like this video. I put out a new video every single week. Have a great day.